Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I'm happy to announce that finally guys, there's 10 new states that have been added for the SNAP Food Stamp Max benefits for the month of March. That makes it a total of 32 states that have now been approved to provide these benefits, and as always I bring you that payout date information. Now in this video you guys, I also bring you information regarding a $600 stimulus check that is available to certain people in one specific state. Now remember guys how I've mentioned to you before that the chances of getting a fourth stimulus check from the federal government, well, it's not looking very likely. However, many states do have a surplus in their budget, which means that they have additional money because of all this relief that they receive basically from the federal government, right? So now states can decide what to do with that money. Some states are issuing stimulus checks and some states are putting that money back into things like education and things of that sort, right? So I also have information from my friends in the state of Texas. They have a homeowner stimulus check that is accepting applications this week. So make sure you stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you're interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP, p-ebt, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to my new YouTube channel called Linda Savings. If you're interested in knowing about the latest sales, discounts, and offers available at some of your favorite stores, including Costco, Target, Aldi, Walmart, Sam's Club, then this is the channel for you. Link up to the channel will be in the video description. And as always, thank you guys so much for your support. And also don't forget to take advantage of these offers. Let's start with the Ibotta app, where you can get cash back when doing your grocery shopping. You can also receive $10 once you've signed up and uploaded your first receipt using the referral code that is on this screen. And now for those of you that want to maximize your rewards, you can use a second app like Fetch Rewards to upload that same receipt you just uploaded to the Ibotta app. Fetch is actually super easy to use as it will give you additional points just for submitting any type of receipt. You'll even get 2,000 points just for signing up with this referral code. And finally, don't forget that you can shop for your groceries on Amazon using your p-ebt or your EBT card. The good news is that this one is completely free. No membership is required. And now for those of you guys that want to try out Amazon Prime, to purchase other things, you can try it out completely free for 30 days. Just go ahead and click that link in the video description. So I'm indeed very happy to announce that the state of Oregon is the one state that will be receiving those $600 stimulus checks, and here are all the details. Oregon lawmakers approved a one-time $600 stimulus payment to low-income workers who were on the job in the early days of the pandemic. So the bill passed the House on March 2nd with a 42-16 vote. The following day, the Senate approved the bill with a 23-2 vote. Now it awaits a signature from Governor Kate Brown to become law. So I think I mentioned you guys in a previous video, and I was telling you guys how it's still in the House and that it was going on to the Senate next. So guys, it was finally approved, so that's definitely good news for my friends in the state of Oregon. So the payments would go to Oregonians who claim the earned income tax credit in the year 2020, which is a tax break for low-income working households. So additionally, those who filed an amended 2020 tax return by April 15th, 2022 will be eligible to receive these payments. So the Oregon Department of Revenue said about 245,000 Oregonians would be eligible, with payments limited to one per household. So in addition, eligible Oregon residents won't be required to fill out an application. Instead, residents can expect direct deposit payments or checks as soon as June of this year. And now guys, moving on to the state of Georgia, it seems like the House is also in agreement with Governor Kemp to issue $250 to $500 in tax rebates. So obviously that's very good news, right you guys? So an amended Georgia budget that includes pay boosts for employees, more money for education, and an earmark for tax refunds passed the state Senate on Thursday by a 52-0 vote as it nears Governor Brian Kemp's desk. So the bill includes $5,000 in pay boosts for university and state agency employees, $2,000 bonuses to teachers, and $1,000 bonuses to other K-12 K-12 workers, and this includes school bus drivers, part-time employees, and cafeteria workers. So it also restores $383 million to the state's K-12 funding formula that had been cut when lawmakers feared revenue decreases at the beginning of the pandemic. Senators also added $2 million to give to school nurses $2,000 bonus payments instead of the $1,000 bonus payment proposed by the governor and the House. So obviously more money is always a good thing. So Georgia House also agrees with Kemp's plan to give $1.6 billion in tax rebates in April, which would be $250 to every single person filing state income taxes and $375 to every single person heading a household, and then $500 to married people filing jointly. So once again, guys, let me just be clear. This isn't official just yet. However, it's obviously good news that the House has approved this. Now it moves on to the Senate, where we're waiting to hear back regarding the vote. Now, let me also add good news to my friends in the state of Texas, since your governor has finally approved for you guys to also receive those emergency SNAP benefits for the month of March. And here are all the details. Governor Greg Abbott today announced the Texas Health and Human Services Commission is providing more than $310 million in emergency supplemental nutrition assistance program food benefits for the month of March. So the allotments are expected to help more than 1.5 million Texas households. Thank you to the USDA for again extending these crucial benefits for millions of Texans, said Governor Abbott. These emergency SNAP benefits have helped many Texas families put food on the table over the past 2 years. So HHSC received a federal approval from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, otherwise known as the USDA, to extend the maximum allowable amount of SNAP benefits to recipients based on family size, and all SNAP households will receive a minimum of $95 in emergency allotments. So now, guys, according to the USDA website, SNAP recipients should expect to receive their extra benefits between March 7th all the way through March 11th. And let's just keep the ball rolling with those in the state of Texas. It seems like your state is also accepting applications this week for what they're calling the homeowner stimulus check. The Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs recently launched the Texas Homeowners Assistance Funds with more than $840 million. So TDHCA is overseeing this program and has started accepting applications this week. So eligible households can get up to $40,000 toward past due mortgage payments and up to $25,000 toward past property insurance, property taxes, and other related expenses. So you guys, they're helping you guys out here with everything that they possibly can. Definitely apply if you qualify for this homeowner stimulus check, and I'll give you guys the eligibility requirements right now. So according to TDHCA, the state has distributed about $5 million to over 600 households through the 2 pilot programs. So to qualify for the Texas homeowner stimulus check, the applicant must owe 1 or more mortgage payments, property insurance, property tax, and other related expenses. So in addition to this, you guys, the applicant's household income must be at or below 100% area median income, and the applicant must own and occupy a home in Texas as a primary residence. Also, the applicant must have experienced financial hardship after January 21st of the year 2020 because of the coronavirus pandemic. So homeowners will have to prove that they faced financial hardships due to the COVID-19 pandemic with documentation and proof of income, guys. So they're going to have to ask you, you're going to have to submit, proof of documentation if you want for them to process your application. So TDHCA says it is partnering with organizations across the state in order to help households with the application process. For information on the Homeowners Assistance Fund, including eligibility and application process, visit the following website, you guys. And here it is. It's www.texashomeownerassistance.com. Or you can also call the following number, which is 1-833-651-3874 for additional assistance. And now moving on to the topic of the SNAP emergency allotments for the month of March. Finally, guys, 32 states approved once again. Now also keep in mind, guys, that the dates I'm about to provide you with are directly from the USDA website. Now there is a chance that your payment date could change or your state could fall behind. So in that case, all I can recommend for you is to contact your local SNAP office. Also, there's a couple of states that are no longer issuing those SNAP emergency allotments, and those states include Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri, Florida, Idaho, Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, and the state of Arkansas. So here's the payout date information, starting off with Alabama depositing payment either on March 31st or April 1st, Arizona anywhere between March 1st through March 14th, Colorado between March 6th through March 11th, Delaware March 23rd, DC's on a regular issuance schedule, Georgia March 28th all the way through March 31st, Hawaii April 12th, Illinois March 21st through March 29th. Indiana will be depositing payment only on the odd days, so anywhere between March 5th through March 23rd. Iowa March 1st through March 10th. Kentucky March 2nd through March 19th. Next, we have the state of Louisiana that will be depositing payment either on March 5th, March 12th, March 19th, or March 26th. Maine March 10th. Maryland anywhere between March 1st through the 31st. Michigan, March 19th through the 28th. New Hampshire, either on March 3rd, March 18th, April 3rd, or April 15th. New Jersey, anywhere between March 1st through March 5th. New Mexico, March 1st through the 31st. New York, specifically for those in New York City, March 17th through the 30th. And for the rest of the state, anywhere between March 7th through the 17th. North Carolina, March 22nd through March 31st. Ohio, March 24th. Oklahoma, between the 10th of March through the 15th. Next, we have the state of Oregon, round 1 on March 11th, round 2 on March 31st, and round 3 on April 2nd. Pennsylvania, March 17th all the way through the 30th. Rhode Island, March 3rd. South Carolina, March 1st through March 28th. Texas, March 7th through March 11th. Utah, March 27th. Virginia, March 16th. Washington, March 2nd all the way through the 20th of March. West Virginia, March 3rd, and a final run on April 13th. And Wisconsin, March 19th. And now moving on to the SNAP emergency allotments for the month of February. Remember, guys, that there's still a couple of states that are still issuing payment, and then there's those states that are 1 month behind. So starting off with California, March 16th or March 26th. Hawaii, March 14th. Kansas, between March 15th all the way through March 24th. Minnesota, March 8th through the 31st. And Vermont, March 14th. And that is all the updates that we have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.